Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Brinda. So on this auspicious occasion of Nityananda Trayodashi, we will read something from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's from Adi Lila, first chapter, verse number 2. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaudadaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamonudo Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaudadaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamonudo Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaudadaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamonudo. For the paucity of time, we will go directly to the translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Kindly repeat the translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. This doesn't have a purport, but there is a verse which comes in the Adi Lila, 94th verse, which has the purport relevant to this. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The poetical comparison of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda to the sun and moon is very significant. The living entities are spiritual sparks, and their constitutional position is in devotional service to the Supreme Lord in full Krishna consciousness. So-called pious activities and other ritualistic performances, pious or impious, as well as the desire to escape from material existence, are all considered to be coverings of these spiritual sparks. The living entities must get free from these superfluous coverings and fully engage in Krishna consciousness. The purpose of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda is to dispel the darkness of the soul. Before their appearance, all the superfluous activities of the living entities were covering Krishna consciousness. But after the appearance of these two brothers, people's hearts are becoming cleansed, and they are again becoming situated in the real position of Krishna consciousness. Thus ends the wonderful transcendental Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So, I'm supposed to speak on Nityananda Prabhu, who's considered to be the ocean of mercy. Um, and with my limited realizations about the ocean of mercy, I can probably share a few drops. But even that few drops can also be very, very powerful, very helpful for us. So this verse is telling, the wonderful translation is, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance, and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. If we have to understand who Nityananda Prabhu is, we have to start from where everything starts. While we were doing the Abhishekam, we chanted this particular verse of Brahma Samhita, which says, Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. He is the cause of all causes, from whom everything emanates. He is the source of everything, from where everything is coming out. So from that Lord Krishna, there are various expansions which come. And primarily they are divided into two categories. One is called Prakasa Vigraha, and the other one is called Vilasa Vigraha. Prakasa Vigraha means, like the verse itself that we were reading, the sloka, that they are like the sun, and when the sun arises, there cannot be any darkness. So when the Lord expands, and the Lord expands for his own pleasure, the first expansion that Lord has is called Balaram. Prakasa Vigraha means who have got the same bodily features. Krishna has 2 hands, Balaram also has 2 hands. Though their looks are different, one is compared to the monsoon cloud, Krishna is like monsoon cloud, and Balaram is like spring cloud, whitish. So, but Balaram comes for only one purpose, Prakasa Tattva, to reveal who Krishna is, to understand who the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and what is our relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For that reason, Balaram comes. So, very interestingly, if you recall from the prayers of Kunti Maharani says that Maya Javanika Channam Agyan Dhokshajam Abhyayam Nalakshase Mudha Drasha Nato Natya Dharo Yatha. It is very difficult for conditioned living entities like us, the spirit soul who's trapped in this human body, to understand who the Supreme Personality of Godhead is. Why? Because there is a curtain of Maya. Maya dhokshajam abhyayam. Now there is a curtain, you can't see the Supreme Lord. So there is a curtain of Maya which is there, which is covering our true knowledge. And what we are agya, we are ignorant, and Lord is adhokshajam. He cannot be understood by our material senses. On one side we are ignorant, and on the other side the Lord is adhokshajam. So that is why nalakshase, we are not able to see. Nalakshase mudhadrasha nato natya dharo yatha. The Lord sometimes appear like normal human beings, like any one of us with 2 hands. And ordinary people, because of this curtain of Maya, they're not able to understand, or they're not able to recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is why the Lord expands as Balaram to reveal Prakasa Tattva, to reveal who Krishna is. In the very next verse, Kunti Maharani says, Tada, what is that? Yatha Paramahamsanam Munina Mamalatmanam Bhakti Yogena Vidhanartham Katham Pasyema Hi Striya. She takes a very humble position and says that the Lord can only be understood by Paramahamsana. Hamsa in Sanskrit means swan. Swan has a very particular characteristic. It can separate the milk from water. Paramahamsana are the transcendental swans, or the pure devotees of the Lord who can differentiate between matter and spirit. So the Lord can be understood by Paramahamsana, Muninam, great sages. Tatha Paramahamsanam, Muninam, Amalatmanam. And somebody who's completely pure, Amalatmanam. The Atma or the soul, when it becomes completely pure, they can understand. Katham Pasyema Histriya, how I am an ordinary woman, how can I understand the Supreme Lord? This is what Kunti Maharani prays. So, keeping all this context in mind, the importance of Nityananda Prabhu we can understand. Whenever Nityananda Prabhu comes, he is the Prakasa Tattva who reveals the supreme position of the Lord and ensures that the conditioned living entities who are suffering from eternally gets connected to the Supreme Lord and can come back to their eternal blissful position. So we have a very limited time, so I thought we will take one song which is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and from that song we will try to understand what Nityananda Prabhu does. Is that good enough? So we will take this song and we will see. So the song is very nice song, which probably we will be singing during our Aarti also. It says, Nadiya Godhrume Nityananda Mahajan Patiya Chenam Hatta Jivera Karan. I know you want to sing, but you will get a chance when we have the Aarti. Now focus on the meaning. So when you know the meaning, then when you sing, you can sing with all feelings. So Nadiya Godhrume Nityananda Mahajan. How do we understand the Supreme Lord? Is it from some book that we read? Is it from somewhere, some serial that we watch, Mahabharata and Ramayana? People often say, I've seen Mahabharata and Ramayana. From that I can make out who the Supreme Lord is. No, we have to follow the footsteps of Mahajana. And the original Mahajan is Nityananda. Nadiya Godhrume Nityananda Mahajan. So this Nityananda Prabhu, Mahajan, in the Godhruma Dvipa, it's an island in Nadiya. Nadiya Godhrume Nityananda Mahajan. Patiyache Naam Hatta Jivera Karan. How many of you have gone to a marketplace? Or you know about a marketplace? Where? Where did you go? Huh? India? Not market basket. Marketplace and market basket are different. So if you go to in India, they will have on some particular days, there will be a lot of like vegetable vendors and other people who will come just for one day. And then they'll disappear. But they come, that is called, in Bengali they are saying hatta. So you can think whatever your hatta, jatra or something. So, sorry, what is that? Local farmers and... Yeah. You got it. The local market, mandi, sabji mandi, correct. So here, Nityananda Prabhu, what he is doing is, Nadiya Godhrume Nityananda Mahajan, Patiyache Naam Hatta Jivera Karan. He has opened a marketplace of holy name. Patiyache Naam Hatta Jivera Karan. For what? What was his reason? Why did he open this marketplace of holy name? Jivera Karan. Jivera Karan means to uplift the living entities. Uplift the conditioned souls, all of us, who always think we are enjoying in this material world. And we are trying in different ways and getting beaten up, left, right, and center. Still we don't give up. So this Nityananda Mahajan, out of great mercy, he opens a Naam Hatta. He opens a marketplace of holy name. For what? For Jivera Karan. Patiyache Naam Hatta Jivera Karan. Another thing is, okay, which part of India are you from? You, who is sitting in the front? Okay, it doesn't, okay. Where are you from, sir? Andhra? Okay, anybody who's there, who's other than, any other place other than Andhra? Okay, they see so many hands are raised over here. So when you go to a marketplace to buy something, suppose you want to go and buy gold. Is there any time that you have heard somebody ask, are you a Brahmin? No, they ask, do you have money? Exactly. Do you give me money, you take the gold. Nobody is going to ask you whether you are from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Canada, America, Australia, Africa, nothing. It's a transaction. Actually, in one way, if you see this, acharyas, they know that in a age like Kali Yuga, everything will become transactional, give and take. So that is why Nityananda Prabhu has opened this marketplace where there is no question asked, who are you? Where are you from? Are you old? Are you young? Are you a child? You are rejected or discriminated just because you are from some place. No. You just come and you take this holy name. Pati ache naam hatta jivera karan. Only for the upliftment of the living entity. You want to understand the Supreme Lord, you want to figure out what this human life is meant for. Then you come and you take this holy name. So when you buy the holy name, you have to pay some money. Right? Unless if you don't pay me money, why will I give that? What is the money that you have to pay? Who said bhakti? Okay. Good try, but it is written in this thing that is there, which Nityananda Prabhu says, Shraddhavan jana hai, Shraddhavan jana hai. The only price that is required to pay is Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. In this marketplace of holy name, nothing else, no other currency will work. I'm a rich man, I'm an influential man. Okay, very good, sir. But do you have the currency of Shraddha? If you don't have the currency of Shraddha, you can't take this. Very interestingly, before we move, I don't know how much time we have, how much we can cover, but pay attention, these are so important, so important. What is the meaning of the word Shraddha? And what does Shraddha mean? Shraddha, in its original pure meaning, it is Shraddha on the Supreme Lord. Now, if you look within, in all our hearts, we have faith on every other thing other than the Lord. Maybe little faith also is there on the Lord, but we have faith on so many other things. Prabhupada says, in our life, in every moment, we are putting faith on something or other. How many of you came by car to this place? Anybody who came other than car? Walked or something? All of you came by car, isn't it? So how many of you checked, before starting your car, underneath the car, if somebody has put a bomb or something? Anybody did that? No, okay. That's good. So you have a lot of confidence that my car, nobody will put a bomb, isn't it? Then you came and you parked here. When you parked here, did you see that, if there is anybody who's there to maybe puncture my car or something? No, it's a temple parking place. They've got markings and all. Looks like reasonably safe. Other cars are parked. You parked and came. Now you're all sitting here. How many of you are having this doubt? What if this, the number of people are increasing over here? What if it falls down? Or what if the ceiling falls down? Nobody thinks like that. Because we have implicit faith that this will work. This will sustain. They've done some calculation they should have done probably. Or, when we flew from India to here, nobody went and asked the pilot, show me your license. I want to know whether, you have passed the proper test or not. I don't have faith. I just want to see. No, nobody asked. Whether you have, gone through this alcohol test, I want to know that. Whether you are qualified to drive this plane or not, or whether you know whether the GPS will work or not. Nobody asks. But we put faith. Prabhupada says our original faith is on the Supreme Lord. Like a white light, if it is covered with red, then it becomes red light. If it is covered with yellow, it becomes yellow light. If it is covered with a blue film, it becomes blue light. Similarly, because the faith is covered with different modes, we worship different people. Somebody worships some demigod, somebody worships some other things, and the original faith is contaminated. So the real original faith, the definition which the Chaitanya Charitamrita gives is Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krittahai. Shraddha Sabde Viswasa Sudrudha Nishchay. If I do Krishna Bhakti, everything else is taken care. I don't have to worry about it. नहीं अरे मैं स्टूडेंट हूँ, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, मेरे माँ बाप का क्या होगा? What will happen to my parents? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my family members? Don't worry. Shraddha sabde viswasa kahe sudrudha nishchay. Have firm conviction. Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma krittahai. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, very strong sentence, very strong affirmatively. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaisyami ma sucha. Don't fear. I've got so many obligations. I've got this duty to do. I've got that duty to do. What will happen to them? What will happen? No, you surrender to me. I will protect you. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshaisyami ma sucha. We have faith on so many people. We don't even verify. We go and do unknowingly, knowingly, implicitly. But we don't have faith on the words of the Lord. Supreme Lord. He is not some ordinary person. Not like Trump or Biden who comes and goes, not like that. He's dodged and, that one bullet went past and people say, no, we will make America great again with Trump. Not like that. This is God with a capital G. He can do it. He can protect us. The Supreme Lord is giving us the assurance. Sarva dharman parityajya ma mekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayasami ma sucha. Don't fear. Don't have fear. What will happen? Nothing will happen. That is called Shraddha. That is called Shraddha. In Bhagavad Gita, if you read very carefully, very nicely, if you read, there is one verse which comes in the 3rd chapter, where Krishna says, Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manavaha shraddhavanto anasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhi. Ye me matam idam nityam. This is my opinion, O Arjuna. If somebody takes up to this instructions of mine with faith, shraddhavanto, anasuyanto, and free from envy. We have a lot of envy inside. Envy towards the Lord. Why I have to surrender to a Lord? Envy towards other people. Give up this shraddha and have shraddha and give up this anasuya. Shraddhavanto anasuyanto muchyante tepi karmabhi. They get freed from all kinds of sinful reactions. They get free from the bondage. Even if they are living in this material world, even if they are of the material world, they don't belong here. Muchyante tepi karmabhi. Very classic example Bhagavatam gives is yatha taror mula nisechanena. Like there is a tree. If you imagine the tree has become little weak, it has it has become it is, the leaves are all, the branches are like withering of the tree. The tree has withered, and you have got one beaker of water. Okay, and if you have read biology, or if you have read botany or whatever science, the science says just water the root of the tree. You water the root of the tree, everything will get nourished. You don't have to, if you have a lot of water and you have extra water, you can sprinkle wherever you want to, all this leaves, flowers, this thing that you can do for your satisfaction. But you water the root of the tree, everything is done. Similarly, when we eat food, right? I don't know what dessert we have. So something will be there. Let's say, what is your favorite dessert, Raj, Aryan? The favorite dessert you can share. It's Gulab Jamun. Okay. So imagine Raj Aryan has lived for 20 years of his life, 18, 19 years of his life, and his favorite dessert is Gulab Jamun, and today Gulab Jamun is made also. But he thought today is Nityananda Trayodashi, right? Instead of putting the Gulab Jamun through my mouth, why don't I try from other holes? Right? I've been bored, isn't it? It's been so long, I've been trying through the mouth. Let me try with different holes. Bhagavad Gita says, Navadvare pure dehi. There are 9 holes that we have. If you don't know, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ear holes, and there is anus and genital. So he thinks, maybe let me put it through my ear hole, or maybe let me put it through my nostril. Do you think it will get nourished? And what if, he thinks something else, going beyond the mouth or the hole? That is not what is. You have to put it in the mouth, all the bodily organs, everything gets nourished. So that is what the definition of Shraddha is. Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritta. I need to have that faith, because the original faith is faith on the Supreme Lord. That faith is missing. So that is why he is telling, if you want to take this holy name, if you want to buy this, purchase this holy name from this marketplace, what is required is the currency of Shraddha. In Bhagavad Gita, in 4th chapter, it is mentioned 2 verses. These are all very powerful verses. He says, Shraddhavan lavate jnanam, yatpara samyate indriya, achirena adhigachyati, param santim achirena adhigachyati. Shraddhavan lavate jnana. You have that little faith. With that faith, you can get that transcendental knowledge. With that transcendental knowledge, you can be peaceful. Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. And again, in the next verse, it says, Agyascha asradadhanascha samshayatma binashyati. Somebody who's ignorant, who didn't know, that's a different thing. Somebody agyascha asradadhanascha. But if you don't have any faith, पता नहीं ये लोग क्या बोलते हैं, कुछ तो बोलते हैं, शायद होगा, नहीं होगा. I don't have any faith. And samshayatma, somebody who takes it up, who chants, who does, who hears. फिर after that again he thinks, बोल तो रहे हैं कि सोल है, बॉडी है, होगा शायद, बोलते हैं कि नहीं, पता नहीं होगा तो मैं 2 घंटा 16 माला जप करता हूँ, बाद में पता नहीं ये है कि नहीं, अज्ञश्च अश्रद्धानश्च samshayatma binashyati. They perish. So you need that faith. Prabhupada shares a very powerful story with regard to this. Once, who's the transcendental spaceman? Narad Muni, okay. Narad Muni, once he was going to Vaikuntha. On the way, he found that there was a Brahmin who was there, and he asked, oh, Narad Muni, where are you going? Where are you heading to? He said, I'm going to Vaikuntha. Oh, great, that's nice. Can you ask the Lord when you meet him, when I'm going to get delivered? When I'm going to go back from this material world? Only that much you want to know? No, I'll find out, Narad Muni said. And he went. And on his way, he also met one cobbler. Cobbler also asked the same question. How long it will take for me to get delivered from this material world? Can you find out from the Lord? Because you are going to meet the Lord. Can you find out these things? Yeah, don't worry, I'll find out. So Narad Muni goes and meets the Lord and says, Narayana, Narayana. They have a wonderful conversation. Narad Muni is about to leave. All of a sudden he remembered that before he could say the Lord, because he's seated in the hearts of everyone, he knew it. So he said, oh, Narad Muni, you wanted to know about the cobbler and the Brahmana, isn't it? And Narad Muni said, yes. So go and tell the Brahmana that he will take millions of lifetimes to get delivered. And go and tell the cobbler that he will get delivered in this very life. So Narad Muni was, he's a Brahmana, he will take millions of lifetimes. And this cobbler, he's going to get delivered in this life? Yes. So why is it? So the Lord said, when you meet them, you tell them that I was putting an elephant through the eye of the needle. I was putting an elephant through the eye of the needle. एक हाथी को वो सुई का वो जो होल है उसके थ्रू में ले रहा था. Is what he told. Narad Muni comes back. First he goes to Brahmana. Oh, he saw Narad Muni has come so quickly. You're a transcendental spaceman. You can anyway travel in the speed of mind. Amazing. So quickly you come back. Did you get a chance to ask? Did you go there at all? Or yeah, I went and I met the Lord. So what did the Lord say? So Narad Muni says, you will take millions of lifetimes. So no. Probably you have not met the real Narayana. You would have met somebody else. The Brahmana said. He said, no. I actually met Narayana. So what was the Lord doing? He asked. He said, the Lord was trying to put an elephant through the eye of the needle. Then he said, come on, Narad Muni, give me a break. It doesn't look like, that you met the real Narayana. Is it possible? You should go and get admitted to some mental asylum or something like that. That's what the Brahmana told. And then Narad Muni realized inside that how this person doesn't have any faith in the words of Krishna. He goes and meets the cobbler. Cobbler sees Narad Muni has come. So he gives a bench to sit for Narad Muni, washes his feet and asked, did you meet the Lord? Did you get a chance to meet the Lord? What happened there? So Narad Muni said that, yeah, I met the Lord. And you know what the Lord was doing when I met him? He was putting an elephant through the eye of the needle. And wow, and he said, there was a response from his side, wow, and there is tears coming out and he's jumping. And then he said, what else the Lord is saying? What else the Lord told you? Then Narad Muni said, did you first digest what I told you? That the Lord was putting an elephant through the eye of the needle. He said, yeah, what is so astonishing about it? I am sitting under the tree, this tree called the banyan tree, and the Lord is so powerful that He has invested all the banyan tree in one simple seed. Every seed has the potential of producing a big banyan tree like this. So if the Lord can do that, what is so astonishing that He's trying to take an elephant through the eye of the needle? I believe in Him. This is what is called Shraddha. Shraddhavan jana hai, Shraddhavan jana hai. The holy name is available to us. We have to take it very strongly. And Nityananda Prabhu has opened this marketplace. Anybody can come. American, Mlechas, Yavanas, or any other place, some other thing, doesn't matter who you are. If you have faith, you can take this holy name. Not just faith on the Supreme Lord, also faith on the representative of the Supreme Lord. One needs to have implicit faith on both the Lord and the Guru. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana yatha deve tatha guru tasyeta katita nityam. I'm not getting the exact thing, but if you have implicit faith on both the Lord and Guru, all the imports of Vedic literature will be revealed in your heart. Example of this is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling to South India, he met one Brahmana who was illiterate. He didn't know how to chant Bhagavad Gita, but his guru had told him that you should chant Bhagavad Gita every day. So he was reading the Bhagavad Gita, he was not able to pronounce it properly, he's holding it upside down, but he was doing it. And there were tears gushing down from his eyes. So there were other people who were sitting around him, they were laughing, they were making fun of him, they were mocking him, ridiculing him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and asks that Brahmana, what are you doing? He says, what to do? My guru has told me that I have to chant this Bhagavad Gita every day, and I'm an illiterate person, I don't know how to chant, but I'm doing that. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, okay, but why these tears are coming from your eyes? He says, the moment I see this picture of Krishna having become a charioteer, having become a chauffeur, a driver for his devotee, I'm not able to digest this, how much compassion the Supreme Lord has for his devotees. That's why the tears are coming out of my eyes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraces him and says, you have actually understood the import of Bhagavad Gita. You have really understood the import of. So implicit faith in the words of Guru and Krishna. So that is why it is called Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Beej. So if there is a seed that is given to you and you put that seed on any hard surface, let's say I give you a seed and you put the seed over here, is the seed going to fructify and become a tree? No. It requires a very fertile ground where you have to implant that seed, and the seed will grow. So the seed is actually Shraddha, and when the tree grows, when the tree becomes big, it has got flowers and fruit, and that fruit is called Krishna Prema. So it starts with Shraddha and ends with Krishna Prema. And the tree, to implant that seed, the heart, which is a fertile ground, it should be fertile with Shraddha. You don't have faith, the seed will only lie here and there. Like, you put the seed here, nothing will happen. But if you have the heart, filled with Shraddha, the seed goes directly inside, and the tree grows. And when the tree grows, finally the fruit which comes out of it is Krishna Prema. So Rupa Goswami says, Ado Shraddha atha sadhu sanga tata bhajana kriya atha anartha nivriti. You come with a little faith. Just little faith, you think that, these people are telling right things. Let me go and try. Let me understand what they are saying. You come and then you associate with devotees. How does faith come? How does one develop the faith in the heart? Faith begets faith. If you meet somebody who's Shraddhavan, who has got that Shraddha it's contagious. It gets transferred. So you come, you have little faith, you came and you heard something, and then you associate with the devotees. Ado Shraddhata Sadhu Sangha. What does these devotees talk about? They talk about how to do bhajana kriya. Ato Shraddhata Sadhu Sangha tata bhajana kriya. And when you do that bhajana kriya, anartha nivriti. All those unwanted things which are deeply rooted in our heart, they come out. And the heart becomes cleansed. Amalatmanam. The heart becomes clean, pure. They say, somebody is using the broom or mopping cloth to mop this floor. Similarly, we take this chanting of holy name, Chetodarpana Marjanam, to clean our heart completely. Cleansed. Ado Shraddhata Sadhu Sangha Tata Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nivriti Tatha Nishtha. Then comes Nishtha. Then right now, sometimes our... how many of you have done any ECG for your heart? Anybody has done ECG? I'm sure you would have done. How does the normal ECG look like? Is it a straight line? No, it's like, sinusoidal. So sometimes, our faith is strong. You come and you attend some class and this thing, you go back and say that today I will chant. I will not leave. I will do some extra round. But another day you find that chanting bag is appearing like some cement bag. I know you don't want to even lift it and take it. Rehne do, aaj nahi ho raha hai. So it oscillates. But when you cross this anartha nivriti, you come to the stage of nishtha, where you have firm conviction. Even if there is a storm comes, you will not be shaken. After Shraddha comes, what comes after Shraddha? After Shraddha comes, after Nishtha comes Asakti. After Nishtha comes Asakti, or is it Ruchi? After Nishtha comes Asakti. Asakti means you are addicted. Now you are addicted to chanting Hare Krishna. In a good way. You don't want to, whenever there is a time, you want to pick it up and chant. And then comes Ruchi. There is a taste that one develops. And then comes Bhava and Prema, Krishna Prema. So it's a stage, it's a process that we have to go, but it starts with Shraddha. So that is what he's telling, Shraddhaban jana hai, Shraddhaban jana hai. Then he's saying, Prabhura agyaye bhai magi ei bhiksha, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna shiksha. Prabhura agyaye. Nityananda Prabhu is begging. Have you seen any beggar? Right? We've all seen. What do the beggar ask for? Money. There's nothing else that they ask. But here, Nityananda Prabhu is asking something, Magi ei bhiksha. Why is he begging? He's begging by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhura agyaye bhai magi ei bhiksha, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna siksha. Bolo Krishna, speak. You've been given this tongue, you've been given this mouth. Use it for chanting the names of the Lord. You have no idea what you can get by chanting. Have that faith, Shraddha, little faith. As people are saying, they will not lie. These are all the acharyas saying. The Lord himself comes as a devotee, because when 5,000 years back, when Krishna came, he told this Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja Ham Tuam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayisami Masucha, but he realized that people are still not taking. He comes down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most merciful incarnation, accompanied by Nityananda Prabhu, and demonstrates this in his life. Goes out, does Sankirtan, chants, and tells people also, you please do. Have that faith and do it. Bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna siksha. Bolo Krishna, speak Krishna's name. Bhajo Krishna, worship Krishna, karo Krishna siksha. And follow the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna. Then it says, aparadha sunya hai loho Krishna naam. The chanting also has to be done free from offenses. That is a prerequisite. If you do it with offenses, you will not get the benefit. Aparadha sunya hai loho Krishna naam. Krishna mata, Krishna pita, Krishna dhana pran. Krishna mata, Krishna pita, Krishna dhana pran. So we have had our mother and father. All of us, we have had our mother and father. But the original mother and the original father, the original source is Krishna. Even dogs, cats, they have their mother and father. Isn't it? So we have had mother and father in so many lifetimes. But if you see the original, from where the source is, it's Krishna. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishnera samsara koro chhadi anachar, jive doya Krishna naam sarva dharma sar. Krishnera samsara. Do a samsara. You are living in this material world. You don't want to give up. It's okay. Do a samsara, keeping Krishna in the center. Krishnera samsara koro chhadi anachar. And give up all this, unwanted bad habits, anachari. Give it up. Jive doya, Krishna naam, sarva dharma sar. The last line is the essence. Jive doya, have compassion on people. It's not that we have got this benefit and we should just keep it to ourselves. Jive daya. That is the whole point. Don't see the differences. See that this fellow is also suffering in this material world. Compassion in the heart. Jive daya, Krishna naam. Krishna naam is sarva dharma sar. This is the essence of all Vedic literatures. We're running out of time, but on this auspicious day, having come here on Nityananda Trayodashi, go back with this conviction, go back with this strong faith. I want to take it up seriously. Krishna bhakti kaile sarva karma kritta hai. Shraddha sabde viswasa kahe sudruda nishchay. Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram Tattva, who is coming, who is the Prakasa Tattva, who reveals who the Supreme Lord is. His representative, also the spiritual master, reveals who Krishna is, who are we, what is our relationship with him. And that is why we worship them on this auspicious day. There is one very beautiful verse which comes, with that we will close. You repeat after me. बाहुतुली हरि बोली प्रेम दृष्ट छाए बाहुतुली हरि बोली प्रेम दृष्टि छाए. What that means is Bahutuli. Some people come who do not know even who Nityananda Prabhu or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. They come and they worship it, they look at Radha Krishna and they go back. I think I had darshan of Radha Damodar because our temple is called Radha Damodar. But very interestingly, on both sides, we've got Nitai Gauranga deities who have raised their hands like this, Bahutuli. If you have not noticed, doesn't matter, still they notice. And if they notice, what happens? Bahutuli Hari Boli Prema Drishte Chhaye. Kariya kalmasha nasa preme te bhasaye. Kariya kalmasha nasa preme te bhasaye. What they do when you come, unknowingly also, if you don't know who they are, just pay obeisances or just, with reverence, or even if you don't notice, they are noticing. And what they do, raising their arms, chanting the holy name, and looking upon all with deep love and compassion. Bahu tuli hari boli, preme drashte chai, prema drashti. They're not looking at it. This fellow is not even paying obeisances. He's kept his, he's not following some rules and nothing. Bahu tuli hari boli, prema drashte chai, kariya kalmasha nasa, premere bhasaye. And they drive away all sins and floods everyone with love of Godhead. That is the mercy of this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So merciful incarnation. And we are so fortunate that we have got a Prakasa Tattva like the representative of Nityananda Prabhu in the form of Srila Prabhupada. These beautiful, deities who are present before us as Nitai Gauranga. If we worship them, if we pray to them, all the kalmashas will go. And the original faith that is there on the Supreme Lord will arise. That is why it's said, Parama Karuna Pahudvijana. Parama Karuna Pahudvijana Nitai Gaura Chanda. Sabha Avatara Sara Siromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Parama Karuna. Unlimited compassion, unlimited ocean of mercy. So my humble request, we are all, sadhakas, and I can only pray. I can, the compassion that Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada, their representative, have on us, we don't value it. We don't even know that this is really beneficial for us. And we neglect it. We don't take it seriously in our life. But if you develop that little faith and become serious and pray to Nityananda Prabhu, please bestow a little mercy upon me. Many lifetimes have gone. In this life also, so much time I have wasted. But I'll become serious now. I will chant the names of the Lord properly. And I'll cleanse myself. And I'll understand what is my true position. I'll re-establish my relationship with the Supreme Lord and go back home, back to Godhead. That will be the greatest thing. We'll stop here. Nityananda Rama ki, Nityananda Trayodashi Maha Mahotsav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.